It is Wednesday, October the 13th, 2010, and I'm here in front of the Streetsville Kinsman Town Hall. This is where Hazel McCallion announced that she was going to be running again for 2010. This morning, I met with George Winter, a mayoral candidate in Malton, actually in the parking lot of Lincoln Alexander Secondary School. I asked him the most important question about whether he supports extending the investigative authority of the Ontario Ombudsman into municipalities, and he said yes. Now, I decided that you're my candidate for mayor.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you right now, sir, do you support extending the investigative authority of the Ontario Ombudsman to include municipalities?
Absolutely, and I really appreciate your support, and I didn't know that that you were going to ask me this question, but I think it's time. I think it's time for the Ombudsman to look after not just municipalities, but the entire MUSH sector, the universities, the schools, and the hospitals. I think if you have Hazel McCallion versus Andre Marin, now there's a fight that you could sell tickets. There's a person I think that would go after anything that's going on in Mississauga. Sounds like we're in Spain.
Yeah.
I agree. I think it's time for Andre Marin to take over. One of the things I found in the last month of walking around, running around in the campaign is the Hazel McCallion that you see that has the public persona is not the Hazel McCallion that I've met. And yet the perception is that, why are others being nasty to somebody's grandmother? I believe that she uses this myth of who she is to her advantage, and no one dares to ask questions, to look very closely at what's being done. There are many things that I believe that Andre Marin, as the Ombudsman, could take a look at, in Mississauga especially, but also in other municipalities, and find that there are a lot of ways where he can make corrections and suggestions. You look at how he stood up to Dalton McGuinty and the Liberals, and that's the kind of thing I would like to see him do with Hazel McCallion, because it takes somebody like Andre Marin to stand up to Hazel McCallion. It won't be somebody who's appointed by council. That person will try to do as good a job as he or she can, but I don't think it's a very fair fight.
Yeah, but the other thing that I find is the perception. There's zero doubt that Andre Marin is on the side of the citizens of Ontario.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that is very important, that you don't worry about whether this person has maybe been influenced by a municipality or by anybody like that. He's definitely his own person, and that's who you need for the job.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.